Welcome back to Crypto Front. This is the front line where we are fighting together side by side for financial freedom. Let's just go ahead and do a quick check-in here on the JASMY price side and see what the price is up to, because we had a volatile day. Obviously, there were some CPI numbers which were being talked about. Inflation came in hot, right around 3% when it was projected to be 2.9%. It had a little bit of fear effect in the market. Maybe for like an hour or so, we saw BTC dropping to $94,000 when you also likewise JASMY dropping a little bit to the lows here of right around 2 cents. But the support has held pretty well up until this point, and you can see that ever since the big dump that we had about maybe a week ago or maybe two at this point, we haven't really dropped below this 2 cents level, or 2.1 cents I should be saying. So that's good for JASMY as of yet. I think on the daily time frames we really don't have a pattern that has emerged, but on lower time frames, yes, we can see maybe on the 4-hourly time frame we can still see that the falling wedge, we can say technically speaking, is still in play. Fake out, obviously a back test, as you can see here, breakout. We were failing to get obviously a higher high than something like 2.5 cents here, but let's see what is going to be happening. Ultimately, one thing that we can take away from the lower time frames is that there is a clear support right around 2.1 cents for JASMY. That is good. Also, if you look at the RSI again on the lower time frames, we can see that there is a clear uptrend right there, which is very good. If you're maintaining the same support, it probably means that there is some kind of bullish divergence that is happening that right there. I mean, a little bit hidden. I'm still looking forward for that relief rally, at least at the very worst case scenario here for JASMY. I don't think that it's more likely that we're going to be breaking the lows here right around 1.8 cents and even going much lower than that. If it happens, I think that the ultimate support here is right around 1.6 cents. We see what the market does at that point. But I know that overall sentiment in the market right now is that we are in a bear cycle and the only winner is BTC. But I'll say that each and every single altcoin season, it has always been the case, right? Altcoins usually perform towards the very tail end of the bull cycle. So that is still the same sentiment that I'm holding, that yeah, we're not yet done here. The sentiment on JASMY itself is the worst that it has ever been. I was posting something on X. I really don't remember what I was posting about, but I was seeing a lot of people saying bye JASMY, for example. It's BS about resistance and support, whatever the case. I mean, people are angry, right? It's an effing S word coin, whatever the case, pump and dump only. Yeah, I mean, of course, it's crypto, right? At the end of the day, it pumps, it dumps, it dumps, it pumps. It's really a classic story of what the crypto market has always been all about. But the thing that we have seen in the market is that when the sentiment is at its worst, this is usually when reversals happen, right? Just try to remember how it was back here in November when we eventually pumped. JASMY was not doing anything and everybody was saying it's an S-word coin. People were calling out horror. People were saying that it's going to get delisted, and then all of a sudden, boom, it managed to pump. I think this was a 20-something% pump. It even happened very, very fast that I don't think a lot of people had even time to, comprehend what was happening right there. So just remember, always and always, when the sentiment is very bad, this is usually when the chart pivots and it starts doing the best that it can do. Another example that I can give is when JASMY was put in the innovation zone. You can see that we had a massive rejection here. I mean, especially when the price is just creaking like this, it's going towards the downside, but it's doing it in a very slow and methodical way. That's torturing, right? So we saw JASMY pivoting once, and we had this whole huge rise that we have had. So remember that these worst periods in time can actually give you the best gains. Overall sentiment is that we are in a bear cycle, and BTC was the only winner. All the other altcoins are literally going to zero. I happen to disagree with that. Let's talk about that. But before we do that, I want to kindly ask you to help me spread the video just by delicately tapping the like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm, and people looking for JASMY content will now be able to find this video much more easily. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, because I do TA on JASMY and a number of other different altcoins on a regular basis. Let me not run my mouth too much here, and let me just make my case. I think that the most important thing to look at right now, more than even the BTC price action, is Ethereum, because this is going to be the kingmaker, especially when it comes to altcoins, right? We need this thing to start pumping, and I think that it's in a poor position to do that. It has backtested a massive support level, which you can see that this was resistance, now broken, turned into a support level, again, once again testing liquidity. And here at the low, the sentiment is the worst it has ever been. But if we just look at Ethereum news, the latest ones, for example, when we began this week, from ETF flows were like $420 million, whereas BTC ones were right around $200 million. It's performing double what BTC is doing, yet its price action is looking like it's trash. Remember when Bitcoin ETF started, we were right around $45,000, right? And we didn't see much, and people were complaining about the ETFs and stuff like that, this and that. And we saw BTC running all the way up to $108,000. how much do you think that Ethereum is going to run with even more money potentially being thrown at Ethereum? Because you have to remember that like Ethereum is way cheaper than BTC, and regular normies can actually have enough capital to push this thing. So Ethereum is going to go, but in the process, I think it's going to be taking JASMY as well. And not only JASMY, I'm saying JASMY because I'm talking about JASMY in this video, but in general, altcoins, because you can see here JASMY versus Ethereum, you can see the ease and net uptrend. In fact, he has managed to perform Ethereum from January 2024 up until right around, we can see here December, 600%. Even as we speak today, JASMY is still outperforming Ethereum 1:3. I think this outperformance is still going to continue because we have to go into retracement levels, at least with a chart like this one, mark of accumulation patterns like these. I'll show you future examples maybe in future videos. Let's try to make this one a little bit quicker. But in any case, I'm still expecting JASMY to continue on its trajectory, remaining with something like a 5x, meaning that if Ethereum goes on to do a 3x on the USD price, we're looking at JASMY multiplying that by 5, meaning JASMY can go as high as 15x. So yes, I agree, the price action is trash right now. On the daily time frame, we don't have any pattern that has developed yet. On the lower time frames, yeah, we're looking at that falling wedge and stuff like that, but you can already see how much of a washing machine that has been. I think it's going to be very important in the next few days to have a little bit of tolerance, right, and understanding that we don't have any clear patterns on the daily time frame yet, and we need this to play out nice and easily. But in the sense that the bull market is over, I 100% disagree with that. I haven't seen anything that is very much convincing. Yeah, maybe some people may be saying that, okay, you know what, the price has already crashed something like 6 to 8% here. Well, we've always been crashing 6 to 8%. I mean, take a look at this. This was also 65%. It's normal, very normal in crypto. Before even the rally began here, we're also crashing another 60 something percent. So if you sell each and every single 50% drop in crypto, the truth of the matter is that you're not going to be making any money, because these things happen on a regular basis. I mean, it's the norm of the day. This right here was right around a 45% dump towards the downside. It doesn't feel good here. It really doesn't feel good. But overall, if you take a look at what has happened here, this is something like what? A 20x? Right where the price is sitting now is even a 6x. How can you get that 6x? You have to survive minus 52%. This minus 50%. You also have to survive right this one here. So yeah, I acknowledge sentiment is bad, but historically speaking, this is when the chart is usually turned. So we'll see what eventually happens the next few days or so. But let me just take you back a little bit to 2020, and yeah, do you think it was easy to hold cryptocurrency right in this moment when the world was about to fall over and everything was going to be destroyed? No, but slowly but surely. Actually, if you look at the rest of the market, this is exactly the kind of structure that we are forming there. So yeah, maybe there's something to it. I'll see you on the next one. Take really good care of yourselves. Bye bye.